Resident Evil 0.
As the title of this game alludes to, Resident Evil 0 is a prequel to the franchise's very first game, Resident Evil. This game takes a look at the origins of the T-Virus and its initial outbreak in the Arklay Mountains. Resident Evil 0 sees the return of Rebecca Chambers, our favorite secondary character, but this time around, she is part of the main duo. She is joined by Billy Cohn, an ex-soldier and new face in the franchise. But let's find out more about them by talking about the actual game. The opening cinematic puts us into the Eclipse Express, a train traveling through the Arklay Mountains. Everything seems nice and dandy, up until a mysterious stranger attacks the train with a horde of knock-off facehuggers. We leave the train behind for a bit to introduce Rebecca to the game proper. She and her STARS Bravo team comrades travel to the Arklay Mountains to investigate the recent murders in the area. Naturally, the team splits up to survey the area, and Rebecca stumbles upon the stopped Eclipse Express. The game wastes no time to introduce the brain-hungry antagonists to Rebecca, including a couple of zombie dogs. Oh, who's a bloodthirsty boy? As Rebecca is making her way through the train, she eventually bumps into Billy. We learn that he was transported to a nearby military base to have his death sentence carried out. Why was he to be put down? He killed 23 people. Allegedly. Rebecca doesn't want to hang with the murderer, understandably, but changes her mind after Billy saves her from a group of nasty leech monsters. At this point, the game introduces a new mechanic. Both characters can be played by switching between Rebecca and Billy. You can exchange items with the other character or use this mechanic to work together to solve puzzles. And I have to say, Rebecca and Billy work great together. Each character has its own perks too. While Billy is more of the heavy liftings guy, Rebecca can combine herbs to create more powerful healing items. Let's say she has the more valuable assets. But let's not get sidetracked by the gameplay. Our heroes have to fight off a giant scorpion, and they have to deal with the train suddenly starting to move again. We even get some scenes with William Birkin and Albert Wesker observing these events. It's nice to see those guys again, since it gives their characters a little bit more depth. Billy and Rebecca manage to stop the train, but it crashes into one of Umbrella's training facilities. Great. Here we learn that the mysterious figure from the beginning is responsible for the T-Virus outbreak because he wants revenge on Umbrella. For what does he want revenge for? For the murder of one of Umbrella's members, called Dr. Marcus. Don't feel too bad for Dr. Marcus though, since he created the template for the T-Virus, the so-called progenitor virus. Our heroes now puzzle their way through the facility and even run into a giant centipede and giant bat. They try to find a way out by going through the facility's cozy basement and stumble upon a cable car. Their escape is spoiled as Billy is separated from Rebecca thanks to a mutated monkey. Don't worry too much about Billy, Rebecca rescues him shortly after. The team makes its way through a treatment plant and runs into a prototype of the Tyrant. We just can't get rid of those guys. The end of the game sees the reveal of the stranger's identity. He is actually Dr. Marcus. But how is that possible? He recounts how Umbrella killed him to steal his research, and one of his creations, the queen of the leech monsters you encountered throughout the game, was able to resurrect him, and now it's time to face off with a mutated Marcus. It turns out that the queen is also a vampire, since it's weakened by sunlight. Billy delivers the killing blow, and our dream team escapes. Rebecca promises Billy to claim that he died, giving him a chance to escape the law. She herself will go on to continue her adventure as a side character with Chris Redfield in the Spencer Mansion incident. Well, that was Resident Evil 0. It is an okay game. I did like that you are able to switch between Rebecca and Billy, and the game manages to incorporate this mechanic into its gameplay and puzzles pretty well. I know that a lot of people give this game flack for the absence of the magical item boxes. Now, the player will have to leave unused items on the ground to come back to pick them up later, but I think that just adds some realism to the game. The game's story is okay, but nothing too exciting. I did play the HD remake, so there isn't much to say about the graphics. The game looks great. The enemies are well designed too, and we run into a lot of our old friends. Look! It's the Hunters again!
Look at this dude!
Okay, that one is actually terrifying.
A problem I did have with the game is its premise as a prequel. How am I supposed to fear for Rebecca if I know that she will show up in the Spencer Mansion later? Maybe it would have been better to use an unknown character like Billy. Using my new rating system, I would say that Resident Evil Zero is...
Nice.